Hello. 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 If my voice is audible, I request all those who are outside the hall to please get inside. Request our volunteers to invite everyone inside the hall. Our chief guest is arriving shortly, chief guest as well as guest of honor. I request our volunteers to please invite everyone who are outside the hall. Please invite them inside.
ଏଇଠୁ ଆସି କରିବାକୁ ପଡ଼ିବ। Krishna, invite all those outside. Please inform them to come inside. Invite them inside.
Our chief guest will be arriving shortly. Now I request our Director Sir to present a bouquet to our chief guest, to Sri C.P. Gurnani. And to our guest of honor, Sri S.M. Vaidya. I request Professor S.K. Patel, the convener of Diamond Jubilee Global Alumni Meet. I request Professor S.K. Patel, the convener of Diamond Jubilee Global Alumni Meet, to present a bouquet to our director, to Madam Director, to Sri Ashok Kumar Basa, President NITRA, and to Sri Jit Goel, President NITROA. We have the honor of having the presence of the first and second batch, that is 1965 and 66 batch alumni with us, who have completed their 60 and 61 years of graduation. I request our director, Professor K. Umamaheshwar Rao, to welcome them and also other distinguished alumni present here with presentation of bouquets. Starting with B.P. Mahanti, sir. Our first batch and second batch alumni are here. Can we have a big round of applause for them? It's indeed a momentous occasion. I also request our director sir to present bouquets to our retired faculty who are present here. Pramila Panda madam, who taught us political science. She is the first lady faculty of our institute. Professor K.C. Barik, Professor R.N. Das, Professor K.N. Singh, and Professor Satish Agrawal. Thank you, sir. It's indeed very wonderful and very kind of you. We have witnessed your presence. Lamp gives us light. Light, when illuminates, brings ray of hope, happiness, and glow. Light also represents knowledge. The presence of knowledge removes ignorance, like how the presence of light removes the darkness around us. Let the rays of knowledge, hope, happiness, and glow reach far and wide. It's time to invite our guests for the ceremonial lighting of the lamp. I request our chief guest, Sri C.P. Gurnani, guest of honor, Sri S.M. Vaidya, President NITRA, Sri Ashok Kumar Basa, President NITRA Jit Goel, our director, Professor K. Umamaheshwar, to please come to the stage to light the lamp. I request Professor S.K. Patel, convener, and Professor K.K. Khatua, Dean, Alumni, Industry and International Relations, to lead them onto the stage. I request the dignitaries to occupy the seats after lighting of the lamp, to occupy the seats on the dais.
देवी शान्तिः शान्तिः
I request the dignitaries to take their seats on the dais. It's time to formally welcome our guests on the dais. I request our director to present a sapling to our chief guest. I request our director to present another sampling. I request our director to present a sapling to our guest of honor. To President NITRA, Sri Ashok Kumar Basa, and to President NITRA Overseas Alumni Association, Jeet Goel. I request our chief guest to present a sapling to our director. I request the guest of honor, Sri S.M. Vaidya sir, to present a sapling to our convener, Professor S.K. Patel, and Dean Alumni Relations, Professor K.K. Khatua. These saplings will be planted tomorrow morning to commemorate the Diamond Jubilee celebration and the Global Alumni Meet. I request our director, sir, to preside over the meeting. Sir, with your permission, we'll proceed. Professor S.K. Patel is the convener of this Diamond Jubilee Global Alumni Meet. Born and brought up in Sundargarh, about 100 kilometers from here, Professor Patel is an alumnus of 1985 batch, Mechanical Engineering. He had his MTech from IIT Madras and PhD from IIT Kharagpur. After serving Hindustan Aeronautics Limited, Sunabeda, for initial 5 years, he has been here as a faculty in Mechanical Engineering Department for the last 32 years, since 1990. Besides teaching and research, he has served various administrative responsibilities like Chief Warden, Head of Training and Placement, Registrar, Member of Board of Governors, Dean Student Welfare, Dean Academics. He has written 3 textbooks, and during his 8 years tenure as the General Secretary of NIT Rourkela Alumni Association, he had created an e-database with content details of around 15,000 alumni. He was also the Honorary Secretary of Institution of Engineers, Rourkela Local Center. In fact, he is not new to most of our alumni because of his active involvement in most of the alumni activities. I invite Professor Patel to deliver the welcome address.
Thank you. Good evening to all of you. Esteemed Chief Guest, Mr. C.P. Gurnani, Guest of Honor, Mr. S.M. Vaidya, NITRA President, Mr. Ashok Basa, NITRA President, Mr. Jeet Goel, Director, Professor K. Umamaheshwar Rao, Dean, Alumni, Industry and International Relations, Professor K.K. Khatua, all our alumni and their family members, faculty colleagues, both existing as well as retired, staff, students, members of press, and all the invitees. As convener of Diamond Jubilee Global Alumni Meet, I feel it's my privilege to welcome all of you to this 3 days Global Alumni Meet. Our institute, as you know, was established on 15th August 1961 as REC Rourkela. thanks to the bold initiative of the then Chief Minister, visionary, late Biju Patnaik. Initially, it started with 120 undergraduate students, all the boys, in 3 engineering disciplines, mechanical, electrical, and civil engineering, at Government ITA building, Panpos. In the meanwhile, 60 years have passed, and our student strength has now increased to 8,330, and out of which, believe it or not, 1,842 are girl students. The number of academic departments has increased from 7 to 20. Number of hostels have increased to 11, out of which 2 are ladies hostels and 2 are married hostels. In the meanwhile, our alumni have helped our institute and contributed in whatever possible ways. We have, with their support, we have instituted 3 chair professors, each of 1 crore each, and that is in the Department of Chemical Engineering, Electrical Engineering, and Metallurgical Engineering. And among all the donors that have donated, the single largest donor so far has been Mr. D.R. Patnaik, Dipti Ranjan Patnaik, 1972 batch chemical. He has donated single-handedly rupees 1 crore to institute the chair professor in the Chemical Engineering Department. In the Silver Jubilee, also our alumni have donated, and we have created 3 rooms as a guest house, old boys guest house in the upstairs of the our existing guest house. Now, in the 2010, we observed the Golden Jubilee, and in that we have collected 80 lakhs, and it has been for the development of our institute, and it has been through NITRA. We have been doing a lot of development activities of the institute, like we purchased that washing machines, then tea, coffee for each and every center, etc., etc. Now, regarding the corpus fund that was there, we have so far collected 7.38 lakhs, and looking at this, our NITRA President Jeet Goyal has committed, I will pay the rest and let us be at 10 lakh immediately. Thank you. Now, as a Golden Jubilee year, a series of programs like seminar, conferences, technical talks are being organized throughout the year, and as a part of it, this global alumni meet is one among such events. Due to pandemic COVID, this alumni meet could not be organized physically last year, but thanks to our new director, when he joined, he permitted us to go for extended Diamond Jubilee years celebrations, and because of which we are able to meet here today to celebrate this global alumni meet. And this will and we hope that we all will enjoy for next 2 days, ending with 30th December with the lunch. As of today, first 2 of our batches have already completed 60 years of togetherness with our institute, and today with us there are 9 from the first batch and 2 from the second batch. Every year at the time of convocation, few distinguished alumnus awards have been presented. Since the year, we have started this tradition from the year 2009, and so far we have already presented 62 awards to the distinguished alumnus, and out of which 14 are there with us today. They have registered, few of them have dropped out. And as of today, 180 alumni had registered, but on this spot I could find out that already 30 have already registered, so we've already scored double century so far as the registration is concerned. Out of which 70 alumni have come from abroad, 7 from USA, 2 from UAE, 5 from Nepal, 1 from Kuwait, 1 from Qatar, and 1 from Japan. Now, taking the statistics of all the branches from which our alumni have come, I could able to observe that it's the older the branches, more the participations. So with that, congratulations to mechanical engineering, it has topped 56. And so far as the year-wise, if you see, the congratulations to 2001 batch, having the maximum participation with 14 among all the batches. So in this next 2 days, there will be 3 conclaves we are going to organize. Leadership conclave and Women Achievers conclave tomorrow, and the last day there will be Young Achievers conclave. Each day program will be concluded with a cultural evening. Today there will be cultural evening, tomorrow also there will be cultural evening. And to keep the children and family members engaged, we have all the day round fun and sports events. organized at the NCC ground. Tomorrow afternoon, the alumni would be visiting their respective departments to interact with the faculty and the staff and able to explore in what best way they can able to contribute to the development of the department. Now, we are trying our best to make your stay here during this meet a comfortable and memorable one. In case of any difficulty, please feel free to let us know. Thank you for your patient hearing. Thank you.
Professor K.K. Khotua, our Dean of Alumni, Industry and International Relations, is a professor in Civil Engineering Department. He has 30 years of teaching and research experience in the field of river hydraulics, hydrology, and fluid dynamics. He has published around 100 research papers in national, international journals as well as conferences and has guided 12 PhDs. He has handled 6 national research projects and 3 international research projects with France and UK. He has research collaborations with University of South Carolina, USA, Loughborough University, University of Birmingham, and University of Leeds in UK, and Kyoto University, Japan. He has been awarded with the Best Teacher Award 2021 at NIT Rourkela. I invite our Dean, Professor K.K. Khotua, to deliver his address.
Respected Professor K. Umamaheshwar Rao, Honorable Director of NIT Rourkela, Chief Guest of the inaugural function of the Diamond Jubilee Global Alumni Meet, Mr. C.P. Gurnani ji, Chief Executive Officer and Managing Director of Tech Mahindra, our guest of honors of this mega event, Mr. Srikant Madhav Vaidya ji, Chairman Indian Oil Corporation Limited, Mr. Ashok Basa, President of NITRA, NIT Rourkela Alumni Association, Mr. Jit Goyal, President of NITRA, NIT Rourkela Overseas Alumni Association, Professor Saroj Patel, convener of this program, all my dear global alumni friends, my professor colleagues, dear students, media persons, ladies and gentlemen, very good evening to all of you. On behalf of the Center for Alumni, Industry and International Relations of NIT Rourkela, I take an opportunity to welcome all of you to this long-awaited Diamond Jubilee Global Alumni Meet 2022. It is giving me immense pleasure to be with you for celebrating the 3-day program at NIT Rourkela. It is a great privilege for every alumnus of this great institution, which has given birth to excellent industrialists, academicians, administrators, scientists, entrepreneurs, army personnel, versatile actors, and bureaucrats globally. The umbilical cord between the alma mater and alumni cannot be severed. Therefore, in spite of different hurdles, our alumni of around 210 and their family members from various batches and from various locations in the globe have made it possible to join this global event to meet their alma mater. You must be knowing that during the period of REC and NIT and our pace up to today has brought about a number of challenges to maintain the lead position in our country for excellence in research, industrial consultancy, and societal outreach activities. It is my great pride to tell that all the challenges have been met very successfully. This is all possible due to all our continued efforts and working together under the dynamic leadership of our visionary director. Dear friends, I feel very happy to mention that I am a witness of all these great times and challenges we faced during both REC time and this NIT times. I joined this institution in 1998. In this 25 years of span of my experience at this great institute, I am mostly involved in teaching the basic subjects like engineering mechanics, engineering drawing, fluid mechanics, fluid dynamics, and so on. Also, I got the opportunity to serve my students through my extra-academic responsibility as co-vice president of athletics, PIC of NSS for a long period of around 15 years, and then head of the extra-academic activity. I feel extremely proud of being an alumnus as well as the faculty of this great institute. We are happy that more than 30,000 of our alumni spreading all over the globe have shown their excellence. Our alumni have distinguished themselves in different professions and have taken lead roles in different sectors ranging from engineering, administrations, public service, banking, academia, and research. So I would like to acknowledge each member of you for the multiple roles you have played in the society. We know many of you hold key positions and have created a major influence in the society. I would like to appreciate the efforts that contributed to the development of our society and justify the years spent by you at this esteemed institution. Your alma mater will always love to work with your support and expects keen involvement of you for making its excellence in every field of engineering and science, industry, entrepreneurship, education, and administration in the country and all over the globe. Dear friends, it is now a time to celebrate, to introspect, to consolidate, and to prepare the blueprint for a better tomorrow with respect to the society. I expect this event will help to renew and relive past memories that are missed and cherished by our alumni friends. This opportunity will help us for further growth of alumni and their alma mater, which will be achieved through our mutual interaction, discussions, commitments, and sharings. I wish that this Diamond Jubilee Global Alumni Meet at NIT Rourkela will surely be enjoyed and celebrated. I also believe that this event will result in strengthening our bond to work efficiently for the growth of alma mater and for the society. I extend my sincere appreciation and best wishes to all of you for more success ahead. Thank you.
Topper of civil engineering in 1980 and winner of Best All-Rounder Gold Medal in the then REC, now NIT Rourkela. Engineer Ashok Kumar Basa is well-known structural engineer in India who has made immense contribution in the design and construction of bridges, hydraulic structures, and rehabilitation of structures. 1,800-meter long flyover, 2,000-meter long river bridge, 1,400-meter long railway bridge, rehabilitation of a century-old 1,400-meter long railway bridge are some examples of his extensive works. Quite a large number of papers have been published by him in national and international journals. He has won the coveted Indian Road Congress Medal twice for the best paper. Because of such wide experiences, he is a member of several important national code committees in India, both in Indian Road Congress and Bureau of Indian Standards. He was chairman, Civil Engineering Division Board in 2007, 10 and 11. In 2014, he was elected as president, the Institution of Engineers India, which happens to be one of the largest professional bodies in the world. He was also the chair of the Committee on Information, Communication and Technology of Federation of Engineering Institutions of Asia and Pacific in 2014. He has led many Indian delegations to several countries. He was a speaker in the UN Science, Technology and Innovation Forum in May 2022. Currently, he is the chair of Strategic Planning Committee of World Federation of Engineering Organization, WFEO, besides being member of the Finance Committee and Relationship Committee. He has been elected as Executive Vice President of the World Federation of Engineering Organization for the period 21 to 25. Incidentally, he is the second Indian to be elected to this coveted position since the inception of this World Federation in 1968 at the behest of UNESCO. Sir, I invite you to deliver your address to the audience.
Good evening. Respected Professor Dr. Umamaheshwar, the Director of National Institute of Technology, Rourkela, who is presiding over the function today. My younger brother, C.P. Gurnani, MD and CEO, Tech Mahindra, our chief guest of today's function. Mr. S.M. Vaidya, Chairman, IOCL, our guest of honor. Other dignitaries in the dais, on the dais and off the dais, dear members of the alumni, friends, ladies and gentlemen, and members of the press and electronic media. Friends, when I am speaking from this podium, I'm becoming extremely nostalgic, and I'm sure each of you must have been having the same kind of a feeling. I think my friends of 1980 will remember that from this very hall, in this very hall, probably in the month of June 1980, our then principal, Professor Dr. Somnath Misra, has said, while, that was, we are being taken to the Old Boys Association as a member of the Old Boys Association, and the institution was giving us the farewell. I distinctly remember one particular sentence by Professor Misra. He has said, and I quote him, "From today onwards, each of you is an ambassador of this institute, and your performance will be the ultimate glory of these institutions." How prophetic these sentences were. If Professor Misra would have been alive today, he would have seen the dignitaries on the dais and off the dais and their contribution for upliftment and enhancement of the prestige of this great heritage institution called REC Rourkela or NIT Rourkela. Friends, the role of engineers in the society, development of society and for the nation is unquestionable. Now, interestingly, our recognition as a fraternity has ultimately been recognized by United Nations through UNESCO. In 2015, when 17 Sustainable Development Goals were prepared by the United Nations, it was found, very interestingly it was found, that at least 13 SDGs, Sustainable Development Goals by the United Nations, cannot be achieved without the support, contribution of the engineers. So at that point of time, we in the World Federation of Engineering Organizations, World Federation of Engineering Organization is an organization of the engineers, and it is the voice of engineers of the entire world. About 100 countries are members, and more than 30 million engineers represent this institution, these organizations. So we in WFEO, from 2015 onwards, we tried to impress upon United Nations that the recognition of engineers should be there at the global level. And after our continuous effort, you'll be glad to know that in 2019, November, UNESCO through United Nations agreed to our proposal that 4th of March every year, because 4th of March 1968, WFEO, World Federation of Engineering Organization, was born at the behest of UNESCO. So 4th of March every year will be declared, will be celebrated throughout the globe as the World Engineering Day, and that is being done from 2020. That's the, we got recognition from nothing less than United Nations. Friends, in the NITRA, we have been asked to conduct two important activities in this Diamond Jubilee celebration. One is the leadership conclave, and another is one is a very serious thing, and another in the evening, a entertainment program, music and it's a purely an entertainment program. I request all of you to join, and we must enjoy today and tomorrow's evening in the cultural program. Let us go back to our days. The way we are enjoying the cultural program here when students, please go back to those days. I request all of you to come with the family and enjoy. And Madam also, Madam Director also. We'll be a little bit nutty, of course, because it is our institute. We'll go back. At that point of time, I don't feel that I'm 65. I will say that I'm in 1980. So that spirit you should appreciate. Friends, I would request, as the President NITRA, that probably the time has come to give back to our institute whatever way we can. I don't mean it just a financial contribution. Financial contribution is a must, but apart from that, whatever way you can, timing or any other thing, I request that please give back to the institution. It is our mother. The mother is now 60 years old. She needs attention, and I'm sure as a worthy son will not forget our mother. Friends, I will request to enjoy these 2-3 days of staying, and at the end, I would conclude with a prayer to the Almighty on behalf of all of us. Oh God, please give us the courage to change things we can. Oh God, please give us the courage to change things we can, the serenity to accept things we cannot change, and the wisdom to know the difference between the two. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. NITRA and NIT together, we can indeed make a difference. Jeet Goel is an alumnus of 1995 batch computer science. He is a serial entrepreneur currently living in New Jersey, USA. His parent company, Excel Corp, is spread across USA, India, Mexico, Philippines, and other locations. He has been recognized as a young entrepreneur, 40 under 40 in New Jersey, and his company has faced many industry awards like Best Places to Work in New Jersey, Deloitte Fast 50, etc. He is currently serving as the president of NIT Rourkela Overseas Alumni Association. He and his team are committed to the development of NIT Rourkela, working along with NIT Rourkela faculty and NITRA. I invite my dear friend Jeet to deliver his address.
Namaskar. Good evening, everyone. Dear Director Sir, NIT faculty members, NITRA President Mr. Basa, Gurnani Sir, and Mr. Vaidya, and all the alumni who came from all over the world to make this event a great success. First, I'll congratulate NIT Rourkela to organize such a wonderful event. It's very nostalgic for me to see my old senior people and the young generations. So it's like coming home and meet the people. We had 95 batch alumni associations like Silver Jubilee celebrations. I went to the hostels. I felt I'm back 25 years back where I was. So it's very nostalgic. On behalf of NITRA, which is like NIT Rourkela Overseas Associations, I'd like to highlight some of these contributions that we have made so far. So this list is basically a small list, but we have a long way to go. So we have raised around $400,000 to help the underprivileged students of NIT Rourkela. We have offered almost like 48 scholarships so far, and the number is growing. We have supported establishing Ajay Mohanty Endowment Chair. We have supported a lot of research going on in the NIT Rourkela, financial help to the faculty members. we have helped many students to attend the international conferences. And we work very closely with NIT Rourkela faculties to create some kind of roadmap that we call like Vision 2025. And that's our milestones, and we want to make it happen. Vision 2025 remains the strategic plan to transform NIT Rourkela to see ourselves in the top 10 as the institution in India and recognized as global institutions worldwide. Our director is very instrumental in making the education roadmap for the growth of the institutions. First, we are looking like infrastructure to be very stable and very pleasant, and then looking like more advanced research centers. NITRA is committed to align with NIT Rourkela and NITRA to make sure that we have the same goal and objectives. Sometimes I, as an alumni, I don't know what's happening in NIT Rourkela, what's happening with NITRA, and what overseas alumni are doing. So I think it's time to bring them together and make a single platform where we don't have to repeat the same thing again and again. So this is one of my personal objective as the NITRA president, to work very closely with NIT Rourkela faculty members and NITRA. We want to enable the technology, it could be like cloud-based, anything. So we don't have to like multiple databases, people, they don't know what's happening here. So one of my contributions with my executive committee is to build a platform that we want to manage all the data, alumni database, all the projects going on in one single platform. No matter what are the projects we have, we need money. Money speaks louder, right? So I want to make a proposal here, and I want everybody's support, that we are contributing to the corpus fund like in a sporadic way. Everybody's paying like some amount here and there. Why don't we make some kind of contributing on a monthly basis, minimum amount? I'm sure everybody is capable of paying like 1,000 rupees per month. We will build a platform that money will be deducted from your account every month. If you go to Starbucks, you pay like a couple of coffee in a month, it goes like 3,000 or 4,000 rupees. 2 Starbucks coffee is what you can contribute to the NIT Rourkela. And today, I want to say, if I were not an NIT Rourkela alumni, sorry to say, I would have somewhere else selling like Swiggy and Zomato delivery boy. Today, my business entrepreneur is just because of NIT Rourkela alumni. So I have a lot to pay back to these institutions, and I think there's so many people here who can resonate with my thought process. All I'm requesting all of us is, let's make only 1,000 rupees contributions per month. We're not asking you to do like 1 lakh or 5 lakhs or 10 lakhs rupees. 1,000 rupees per month, every month, 30,000 alumni worldwide. We don't need government of India any support. We can build our own infrastructure. We can make our institute like top 10 in the world. Finally, what I want to see is we need more hands and more boots on the grounds rather than people talking more. I think what I've seen here last couple of years, were a lot of people who want to say something, but when say, hey, can you take the ownership, accountability? I'm busy, right? So no matter how much busy we are, we can spend some time, we can make this institute like global institutions, and I see the young generations, I think you guys should come forward, take these institutes next level. We have done so far what we can do. We are getting old. I think you guys can take over. Thank you very much.
Sri Srikant Madhav Vaidya is a 1985 batch chemical engineer from our institute. He has over 37 years of extensive experience in refining and petrochemicals operations. He has had a decade-long association with India's largest cracker plant, the Panipat Naphtha Cracker Complex, a major driver of Indian Oil's petrochemical business, right from the drawing board stage. He is among the select technocrats in the Indian oil and gas industry who are proficient in all facets of refinery petrochemicals integration, desirable for the sustainability of the oil and gas industry in the long term. He is responsible for operation of 9 Indian oil refineries and the supply of petroleum products in the country. He is responsible for refinery expansion and formulation of refinery division future strategy. Sri Vaidya is also a non-executive chairman on the board of Chennai Petroleum Corporation Limited, a subsidiary of Indian Oil, Ratnagiri Refinery and Petrochemicals Limited, Indian Oil Tanking Limited, Hindustan Urbarak and Rasayan Limited. All three are joint venture companies of Indian Oil. He is also a non-executive director on the board of Petronet LNG Limited, a joint venture of Indian Oil, and president of World LPG Association, Paris. During his tenure, Indian Oil refineries have received several awards and recognitions, some of them being Panipat Refinery won the Downstream India Excellence Award 2019 under the category Refinery of the Year for excellence in operations during the Global Refining and Petrochemical Congress. Panipat Naphtha Cracker was awarded Company of the Year in Petrochemical category by Federation of Indian Chamber of Commerce and Industry on 11th and 12th November 2019. Mathura Refinery won the Best Refinery Award by Union Minister of Petroleum and Natural Gas and Steel in the medium category, that is plus 9 million metric tons per annum at FIPI Summit 2019. Mathura Refinery was also awarded with FICCI Safety Systems Excellence Award 2019 for Best Workplace Safety and Occupational Health System on 26 September 2019. Sir, it's an honor to have you here for the Diamond Jubilee Global Alumni Meet. I invite you to deliver there.
Chief guest of the event, Shri C.P. Gurnani, MD and CEO, Tech Mahindra, Professor U.R. Rao, Director, NIT Rourkela, Professor K.K. Khatua, Dean, Alumni, Industry and Industrial Relations, NIT Rourkela, Shri A.K. Basa, President, NIT Rourkela Alumni Association, Shri Jeet Goyal, President, NIT Rourkela Overseas Alumni Association, members of the faculty, NIT Rourkela, alumni, and distinguished guests, young and bright friends who are presently studying in NIT Rourkela. Good evening to you all. At the very outset, I would like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to Director NIT for inviting me as a guest of honor for this Diamond Jubilee celebration of the alumni meet. I consider it a privilege and a unique honor. Diamond Jubilee of an institute of post-independence era speaks volumes of its resilience in carving out its own legacy and establishing benchmarks of learning excellence over generations. And NIT Rourkela has been the true epitome of that, and as a very proud alumnus, I cherish having spent my golden years in this great institute. As someone whose character, thoughts, and ideas have been greatly influenced and nurtured by this eminent seat of learning, especially in a very impressionable age, I believe NIT possesses the seeds of sustained global excellence. It has the right resources, a diverse and rich talent pool, and more importantly, a vision backed by some of the best brains in the technical educational landscape of India. NIT Rourkela holds an extraordinary place in my heart for the quality of education and the values it has empowered me with, and I owe a lot to my alma mater. The institute has instilled a strong technical foundation and people skills, and these have played a very key role in my journey to the top of Indian Oil Corporation. I've been very fortunate to be blessed with several accomplishments. However, receiving the Distinguished Alumnus Award of my alma mater last year from the Honorable Governor of Orissa in the presence of the Honorable President of India will always stay very close to my heart. Over the years, NIT Rourkela has inched closer towards a vision to become an internationally acclaimed institution of higher learning that will serve as a source of knowledge and expertise for the society. This institute has carved a niche for itself, its students, and all the stakeholders in India's technical education landscape. Let even the smallest of steps and the giant of steps of this institute be aligned with social realities and the national goals. The brilliance of the young engineers graduating from NIT Rourkela should be aimed at powering the national progress. That, for me, is going to be the cornerstone of sustained excellence and progress. In the current scenario, when the world looks up to India for solutions to global crisis, the Institute's mission to create wealth and welfare of humanity is what it makes to stand out from the others. To the youngsters who are presently studying in the remarkable seat of educational excellence, I urge you to embrace every opportunity to grow and always remember that learning is just not restricted to classrooms and institutionalized examinations, but much more. Grab every opportunity to learn. As the dialogue from the movie Three Idiot goes, कामयाब होने के लिए नहीं बल्कि काबिल होने के लिए पढ़िए. And fortunately, NIT Rourkela provides you with the enriching 360-degree learning avenues. Because when I look back at my own days at NIT Rourkela, I realize how this institute inculcated the culture of learning from fellow students and growing together. In fact, when I was in Hostel 3 in my second year, I stood for the first time on a debate for an election as a mess secretary. And I was a vegetarian, I'm still a vegetarian, and I realized the perils of what the vegetarian man goes in feeding the populace of the vegetarians amidst all the non-vegetarian guys. That was a big learning experience. After that, I became the athletic secretary in my pre-final year. I was the college cricket captain, and I also represented Sundargarh district in cricket. I was the debate and debate society of education society of NIT Rourkela. I won many laurels for the institution. So all in all, you must have realized I was not in the top guys. I was somewhere up top, but I wasn't the topper. So what I want to say is that you don't have to be at the top. You have to be good at all levels. You have to have a good IQ and a good EQ, which really takes you high in the industry. And I'm an example who was not a topper, but who has made it to the top. Let me reiterate that it's a matter of great pride for me to being the alumnus of this institute and heading Indian Oil, one of the largest commercial organizations of the country. We are ranked 7th in the global oil and gas brands and ranked 142nd in the global Fortune 500. Today, we are fulfilling half of the country's energy demand of the country. Let me share some remarkable numbers that will give you a glimpse of how big and complex we are. And we are moving the proverbial mountains to keep the economic wheels of the nation moving every day. Every day, we delight 3 crore customers who visit our fuel stations, which is 36,000 in numbers. We deliver 26 lakh LPG cylinders to the households every day. We fuel 3,000 flights all across the country, be it domestic or international, every day. 16,000 Indian Oil trucks are moving crisscross in the country to take the fuel to the last mile. You know, that is the extra mile we walk every day. Our pipeline network transports 133,000 kiloliters of oil every day. We have got an expanse of 15,000 kilometers of pipelines all across the country. We have 11 operating refineries, and we generate 20 gigawatts of power. Our bitumen carpets 130 kilometers of road every day, and we sell 8,000 tons of petrochemicals every day. What I want to say is that this giant complex machine is working so seamlessly well, is all because the whole system is so well tuned by systems and procedures. And finally, the core values of Indian Oil, that is care, innovation, and passion and trust. We stand by all these values. What I'm trying to say is that coming from a great alumni like NIT Rourkela and moving on to a company like Indian Oil, which has the ethos of Pehle Indian, Fir Oil, I think my journey in this is fantastic. A great institute. I did my education in St. Xavier's High School, Mumbai, then in Loyola High School, Pune, then I came to NIT Rourkela, and I joined Indian Oil. Life couldn't have been better for me. And now, as people say, now is the time for me to give back. And to give back, first and foremost, is to work diligently for this company. I work because we, as we rightly and proudly say, that we are the energy of India. So all in all, I'm extremely delighted to be here today. And before I conclude, I just want to tell you about a few things that I learned recently at the Qatar World Cup where I had gone. They had a logo, they had a symbol, and they had a theme line that now is all. And so important it is. Now is all. The past is gone, future we don't know, now is all that we have. So let's make the most of this now. And as a Greek philosopher said, it's not what happens to you, but how you react matters. And this is what I leave for all of you. I would thank once again to express my sincere gratitude to the Alma Mater for powering our growth story through wholesome education. Wishing our Alma Mater a glorious future. Stay healthy, stay safe. Jai Hind. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for sharing your wonderful experiences. Now is all, as you rightly said. Unfortunately, we do not have a motto, and our director has been consistently pointed out that let's have a motto for our institute. And so let's try for it. So this is the occasion for all our alumni. Please think of a motto for our institute, the tagline for our institute. During every annual convocation, we confer distinguished alumnus awards to the worthy alumni. During the last annual convocation, 19th annual convocation, we conferred the distinguished alumni awardee for a few alumni who are not present in absentia. Fortunately, one of the alumni is present here, Sri Sandeep Das Verma. So I request our Dean Alumni Relations to read out the citation. I request Sri Das Verma sir to onto the stage, and I request our director sir to hand over the award.
Sir, I present you the Outstanding Alumni for the conferment of Distinguished Alumnus Award 2021. This award has been presented during the last convocation in absentia. Today, in the memorable day and the active participation of Sri Sandeep Das Verma in this Diamond Jubilee Global Alumni Meet, we have got an opportunity to felicitate. Institute confers the Distinguished Alumni Award 2021 on Sri Sandeep Das Verma. So Sri Sandeep Das Verma is from the batch of 1965, BSc Engineering in Mechanical Engineering, who in the capacity of past president of NITRA, Howard, California, USA, has made significant contribution in establishing chair professor positions and a number of scholarships to support the needy students at NIT Rourkela.
Sri Chandra Prakash Gurnani is the Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer, Tech Mahindra. A lifelong learner and a disruptor is what best describes CP, as he is popularly called. An accomplished business leader with extensive experience in international business development, startups and turnarounds, joint ventures, mergers and acquisitions, CP has led Tech Mahindra's transformation journey and one of the biggest turnarounds of Indian corporate history. the acquisition and merger of Satyam. His inimitable style of leadership, combined with his sharp focus on customer experience, has helped Tech Mahindra emerge as one of the leading digital IT solution providers of India. In a career spanning 40+ years, CP has held several leading positions with Hewlett-Packard Limited, Parrot Systems India Limited, and HCL Corporation Limited. CP has also served as the chairman of NASCOM for the year 2016-17. An outstanding people manager, CP has an entrepreneurial style of management that is a blend of enthusiasm and dynamism. He has always focused on his team's strength to bring out the best in them. Work hard and play hard is his motto, and he applies it to all aspects of his life with complete passion. A chemical engineering graduate from our institute, he is a distinguished and active alumnus of the institute. He has been felicitated with an honorary doctorate degree by Veer Surendra Sai University of Technology and Sarda University. He is on the board of Mahindra and Mahindra Limited, a promoter of Tech Mahindra Limited. His passion for education is resonated in the various honorary positions he holds. CP's endeavors are self-explanatory, which own him numerous accolades that include winning the CEO's Choice Lifetime Achievement Award 2021, the nation's highest independent civilian honor instituted by Scott Group and CEO's Association for Inclusive India. He is also a gold winner of the CEO World Award 2018 for his organization-wide reskilling initiative at Tech Mahindra and winner of the Business Today Best CEO Award 2019 in the IT and ITES category. His clinical leadership strategies have always been honored at various platforms over the years. A few of them include CEO of the Year Award at the Raymond CEO Forum India Awards 2022, Most Inspiring Business Leaders of Asia 2022 by the Economic Times, Business Icon of India 2022 by G Business, Leader of the Year in IT at CEO Today Magazine Middle East Award 2021, Influential Leader of the New India 2021 by CNN News 18, Best CEO of the Year at the Forbes India Leadership Awards in 2015, Business Standard CEO of the Year in 2014, Ernst & Young Entrepreneur of the Year, CNBC Asia's India's Business Leader of the Year. CP strongly believes in promoting child education. He is on the board of Tech Mahindra Foundation, launched in 2017, to help the underprivileged children with 290,425 beneficiaries and counting. He, along with his wife Anita Ma'am, have founded Titliyan, an NGO located in Noida, spreading smiles, happiness, and education to more than 240 underprivileged children, a dream project for the Gurnanis. He is highly active on social media platforms like Twitter and LinkedIn, and you can connect and follow him on the same. Sir, it's an honor and privilege to have you as the chief guest of the Diamond Jubilee Global Alumni Meet. I request you to please deliver your address to the audience.
Good evening, everybody. Professor Rao, Professor Khatwa, Professor Patel, Basa, when they started reading your citation, I'm convinced you are a Professor Basa. And clearly Jeet, who is going to announce a few crores of new chairs today. So guys, start giving a big hand to Jeet Goyal. It is coincidental that Srikant Vaidya and I traveled together along with Mr. Bhatta when we were coming in, and Bhatta, who is a civil engineer, asked an innocent question. Is it a chemical engineering alumni Diamond Jubilee, or why are both the guys chemical engineers? Now, clearly, there is a chemistry which I don't have a physics answer. Then, as we were talking, it has become very, very evident
that most of us, if we were to write our memoirs, we will remember, because we were so small when we joined in 1981, or when Srikant joined in 1985, or, graduated in 85, and so we joined in 76, and, Ashok Basa joined in 75. I mean, really, it was the first time we had come into an open world. This was the first time in our lives when we actually came out of our parental tutelage. And I know for some of the seniors who have graduated 65, 66, some of my, closest friends like Professor Kanu Patra, who very proudly says he's the senior most professor here, it just only says that when you look back, this institute not only made a boy into a man, but today, from a man, it has given us a responsibility of recognizing that institutions are built by recognizing the present and building on the future. When you look back, you only look back to look at what our pioneers have done. Every time I come into Rourkela, I think of Bharat Mahanti. I'll think of Fakir Mahanti. And I think about the way they helped shape this alumni association. So I want to recognize all the past presidents of the Alumni Association, and thank you, Bharat Bhai, for being the guidance. I think it is very important that most of us recognize that a future that we are trying to build on present only means is that we share our dreams. We think about visualizing our dreams, and I again repeat, I know, some of us very clearly remember, Professor Somnath Mishra's regime. Many of us were present when the Alumni Association organized the souvenir and the virtual meet. And what was unique about Professor Mishra, that he continued to remain a true alumni of NIT Rourkela every day of his life. So I'm again grateful that we have had the guidance of people like Professor Somnath Mishra, and I want to commit on behalf of all the alumni as we build the future, particularly to Professor Rao, that we recognize that the dreams that we have, the dreams of making it the topmost ranking. I remember many sessions that we have had on the vision document of NIT Rourkela. Unfortunately, the main pioneer, Om Bhai, is no longer there, but the reality is, it is up to me, it is up to Basa, it is up to Ashok Raleigh, it is up to, Bharat Bhai, it is up to all of us to support you, Professor Rao. And I genuinely believe that we need to take a pause and say why we only have 3 chairs of 1 crore when we have 8,000 students in our college. When we have a legacy of 60 years, shouldn't we be dreaming about 60 chairs? I request you all to think through this. Every year we have given Distinguished Alumni Award. I was so impressed that today's Distinguished Alumni Award, he said, my dream is, I don't know if you all heard it or not, he said, my dream is 100 PhD students to be sent abroad. So my point is very simple, that let's dream. When we are here together, let's start planning for the 75th year celebration. Hopefully some of us will be here and talk about the 75th year celebration. And what is that foundation? What is the dream? If we can take, Ashok, if we can take some time off and think about those dreams coming true. I think Jeet was very right when he said, why wait? I mean, why not make monthly contribution a necessity? Today, I know that, people like Professor Katwa are working very, very hard to build a database. I mean, I think it is high time people like Jeet and I, who belong to the IT industry, start helping them. If some of us can create organization of 160,000 people, if some of us can create organizations in 90 countries, I think we can definitely do an outreach program and create a family which on the 75th year, today we are about 400 people in this room, why not think about having 4,000 people in this room on the 75th year celebrations? So all I commit on behalf of everybody here to Professor Rao is that he inherited a beautiful institute. He inherited, now that he is almost 1 year old, now he inherited 61 years of legacy. And all I can say is that 61 years on one end is young, but it is also old. So there is a lot of probably reboot, rejuvenate which needs to be done. And I, on behalf of everyone, again reaffirm that we'll be here to support you. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. You have been a pillar of strength and source of inspiration for us. In fact, two of our alumni who are present here have volunteered to help in creation of the database. I am forgetting their names though. And we look forward to your continuous support and guidance for the betterment of our institute. Now it's time to present the mementos to show our gratitude and appreciation. So I request our director, Professor K. Umamaheshwar Rao, to present a memento to our chief guest, Sri C.P. Gurnani, as a token of our love, gratitude, and appreciation. I request our director to present a memento to our guest. I request our director to present a memento to our guest of honor, Sri S.M. Vaidya. I request our director to present a memento to Sri A.K. Basa, President NITRA. I request our director to present a memento to Sri Jeet Goel, President NITRA. I request our chief guest to present a memento to our director, sir. I request our guest of honor, Sri S.M. Vaidya, to present a memento to our Dean, Professor K.K. Katua. And to Professor S.K. Patel, convener of the Diamond Jubilee Global Alumni Meet. Thank you. Incidentally, they are classmates. I request all the dignitaries on the dais to take their seats in the auditorium. Sir, there will be a group photo, please. Request everyone for a group photo. Sir. Our director, Professor K. Umamaheshwar Rao, is a professor of mining engineering department at IIT Kharagpur. His field of specialization is experimental rock mechanics, and he has been working in this area since 1989. Apart from several awards and accolades, his book on the principles of rock drilling, published by Balkema, Netherlands in 1999, has given him international acclaim in the field of mining engineering. Prior to joining NIT Rourkela in February this year, he was the director of NITK Surathkal and propelled it to within top 10 of NERF rankings with his dynamic leadership. Since the date of his joining here at NIT Rourkela, he is leaving no stone unturned to bring back the lost glory of our institute, which is to put NIT Rourkela in the pedestal it so deserves. The immediate target being getting into the top 10 in NERF rankings. I invite our director, Professor K. Umamaheshwar Rao, director, to deliver the presidential address.
The Honorable Chief Guest of the Diamond Jubilee Alumni Association, Sri C.P. Gurnani, and the guest of honor, Sri Mr. Vaidya, and the NITRA President, Mr. Basa, NITRO President Jeet Goyal, Dean Alumni Association, Dean Alumni Affairs, Professor Krishna Katua, and Professor S.K. Patel, and the most distinguished alumni of the dais, and the octogenarian teachers who were here. It is really highly touching to see them here at this function on this day, to be with us, and then the first teacher of this institution, ma'am. And then the other alumni members. Ladies and gentlemen, I, on behalf of the family of NIT Rourkela, and on my personal behalf, when I say my personal behalf, I join with my wife, Neeraja. We invite you all to this Diamond Jubilee celebrations at NIT Rourkela, which is kick-starting from today. Here I have a few points to really share with you, to discuss with you, and then to appeal to you and to make you aware of the journey of 60 long years of our institution, the institution which is the pride of Odisha state, IIT Rourkela. And then here, I still say that 60 years in the making of any educational institution is not a too long a time. 60 years is really young. Let us compare with any of the foreign universities, Stanford or MIT or any such universities abroad. And then why not? Let us compare with the universities in India also. Right? The universities have a legacy of more than 150 years to really come up to the stage where NIT Rourkela has come today. Right? So now let us not forget the genesis of our institution. Right? This is definitely the gate of the excellence. Those who come in of the excellent quality, they are going out, are they excellent? And then today we have witnessed all the people who were sitting on the desk, right? All the CEOs and CMDs of various the companies, Navratna companies, are all from NIT Rourkela. 3 cheers to the members who have really achieved the laurels serving for the nation, and then NIT Rourkela is dedicated in the service of the country, and we should be proud of that one. And then here, let me just recollect your memories. That is in 15th of August 1961, it is started. It has taken its the genesis as the Regional Engineering College. And the point which I'm just trying to emphasize here is that it's only in 15th of August 2017, it has become by the act of parliament, the institution of national importance, NIT. Our real journey as the national institution starts from 2007. So if you count the age of our institution, it is not as what we are thinking that 60 years old. We are 60 years young as we started our journey 15th of August 1961, but then we have rejuvenated ourselves and then restarted our journey right from 15th of August 2007. Right, I just would like to have a clarity of the vision, the visibility of what your alma mater is today. Stuck. Right. So now the total strength, I'm just going through the actual numbers here. The sanctioned strength of our institution today is 10,398, which includes 2,000 plus study in India program with students from abroad, various other countries. And then the total we have the undergrads, postgraduates, research scholars and executive PhD, which in total becomes 10,398 across the 20 departments. And then today we are supported by 343 faculty members and then supported by 281 the staff, and then have published 11,000 publications. Right, as Jeet Goyal was stating that NIRF is the performance index of any institution and every institution today, which is now in the country. And now we are registered for NIRF ranking in 2015, and then since then we have been really making a sizable mark in the nation as far as the engineering education is concerned. And today, what has really happened, if you just try to look at the journey from 2018, we were at 15th rank position amongst the engineering institutions in the country. And then for some reasons, let us not go into the reasons why there was a slip. Slip happens, it is not because of, I always say that, it is not because of our underperformance or something has gone wrong with the institution. It has gone wrong, or rather we have lost our ranking from 15 to 28, it is because someone else outperformed us. Because when we are in a race, it is not just our performance alone which counts, but then the other person who is really competing with us also counts. What we have got to remember today is that there are 31 NITs, 26 IITs. Right? So now, gone are the days when there were only 5 IITs, gradually it became 6. And today we are competing with 26 IITs and 31 NITs, 28 triple ITs, and then various other centrally funded institutions. Totally 6,500 institutions have registered in national ranking framework and that in that 6,500 institutions, right, we are today at 15th, and then our dream, definitely our dream, our target, immediate target, right, within a few years' time, is that we have got to be in the top 10, and then 80 is not unachievable. What I really say is that 10 is what we have as an immediate target, and 80 is our dream. Or we have a motto, right? All what counts is today, and then today we take a note that we will be working towards making this institution reach 10th position and then slowly inch forward to 8th. And against the other, the 15th position is in the engineering discipline. Overall also we are not really very behind. Today we are at 39. Our dream is to take the institution in the top 25. Why top 25? Right, I have got to compete with 26 IITs. Right? And then there are central universities. There are many other universities, and then getting into the top 25 institutions overall, right? It's also a big achievement for us to really celebrate, and that will be very soon. And then now in the international ranking, yes, NIT Rourkela is one of the very few NITs, I think there is only one another NIT which has made its niche in the Asia ranking, and then we are again there, 271 to 280 in that particular bandwidth. NIT Rourkela is standing today. And then in the world university ranking, again we are in the 800 to 1000 the bandwidth. Okay, these are some of the milestones that we have achieved. Now coming to the placements of the students, because today you are really very well placed in various industries and institutions, and then when you look at my students who have just passed out last year, right, we have taken a jump from 2021, 927 students were placed in various companies, and this year in 21-22, right, it has taken a leap of 1,290, and then here we could really get more than 280 companies on campus for the placement of the students. I will just discuss with you some of the parameters, from the challenges that we have. Okay, and after that, what we have is that incubation and the startup companies, and then entrepreneurship, that is a FTBI. This is called the Foundation for Technology and then Business Incubation. This is in fact nothing but the IT hub or the incubation hub. And then we have, it is declared as a Section 8 company supported by the DST, and then today it has 56 startup companies. One of the popular startup companies from this FTBI, Croatia, has been awarded across the country. Right, it has almost won many awards in the national level as well as at the state level. And then today we have MCL, CSR support programs and establishments, and then Startup India seed support is also there, and then Odisha Livelihood Support, Rural Development Ministry, Government of India. This is the incubation, the foundation for the technology and then business incubation. Now coming to the Central Seat Allocation Board, this is about 17 lakh students every year they take JEE entrance examination. Now today it is conducted in 2 phases, JEE mains and JEE advanced. And then after 10 years, NIT Rourkela has been selected by the Ministry of Education to take the responsibility of allocating the seats across the countries, across the country to all the institutions, right, for the IITs as well as the NITs, IIITs and state-funded technical institutions as well as the union territory institutions. Right, all these institutions, NIT Rourkela has taken the responsibility of doing the seat allocation of those who are qualified in JEE. Right. So now against that one, what really we have done is that JOSA is the, right, together the JAB, which is also called the IIT admission procedure, and then there were some special rounds which are really created, which is what for the seat allotment for the JOSA, that is to NITs, and then supernumerary seats at NITs at Daman and Diu, Dadra, Nagar Haveli, Andaman Nicobar. These are the other places where you are going to have the supernumerary. We have the supernumerary, and then for the Northeastern Union Territory also, this seat allocation was done by NIT Rourkela. The milestone that we have really reached, what we have really reached, the milestone which we have reached is that for the first time, what we have introduced is that user-friendly transparent system was introduced, and then there was 24/7, 365 days. There was nine multiple help desks which were provided. This in Telugu, Tamil, Telugu, Malayalam, Kannada, Odisha, and then Bangla, Marathi, Hindi, English, and there were 44 help centers all in local languages and English. This was the first time that NIT Rourkela has introduced to reach out to every single student, to every corner of the country, so that they do not miss the chance which is given, offered by the government, and then having qualified in JEE, right? If they are not able to avail that particular facility, and then that is one seat is going waste. Not only that, that opportunity is lost for that student. To avoid that one, to reduce the number of vacant seats, what we have really done is that for the first time that we have really opened out help desk in various regional languages and try to reach out to every corner of the country. And there were tutorials on important steps of JOSA and CSAP admission procedures. And then we have really even the immersive PDF for the PWD candidates, differently abled type of candidates. And then there were public awareness through videos, cartoons on the social media for frequently asked questions and critical points. Public awareness through digital and press media is also done. Just before you, some of the cartoons which we have really placed across the country through various forms of the social media, we have reached. What exactly is the consequence of that one? The consequence of that one is that we were able to only 84 out of 37,879 seats which were allotted to the NITs fell vacant. Only 84, right? Of that, only 9 are the physically challenged, that differently abled. Seats are out of 2,709. Total seats of NIT plus system remained unallotted. Number of BTech seats are unallotted in NITs is absolutely no seat in NITs. All the 31 NITs, all the seats are filled up. Okay. And the last is percentage of female seats allocated in NITs is 22.12%. Okay. The government's order is that every institution at least should try to have 20%, whereas by the procedures which we have adopted for the first time, we really got at the very allocation itself, without any hatch or any hitch, that we really achieved 22.12% of the seats allocated to the female candidates. Now coming to what exactly is the need that we have to really achieve at this particular hour. Okay, so now I have taken the charge as the director of this institution on 18th of February 2022. And then when I stepped in, I have taken the glory of the institution, which has a long 60 years of the legacy. And at the same time, there were certain issues. What were the issues? The issues were that some old problems of infrastructure. Example of that one is that the Golden Jubilee, this is the Golden Jubilee building. And then there were many other pending issues which were really lying pending since 2016, right? And then implementation of this is the challenge, or rather this is the direction given by the ministry to implement NEP, National Education Policy 2020, and that is another, the need of the hour is to implement NEP 2020. And then we are going to take care of NIRF. NIRF here, there are 17 parameters against which the institution is assessed about its performance. Of the 17 parameters, somewhere we are only missing in a great deal in one parameter, that is the perception. Just to give you an idea of understanding of what exactly is the difference that we have between the topmost NIT, that is NIT Trichy, which is ranked 8th in the top 8, its perception points out of 100 is 62. And then the 10th position NIT Rourkela is there, which is the institution from where I have left. Okay. And then that perception is around 52, and then whereas the perception of NIT Rourkela is 28. The question is that we are excellent in research, we are very good in publications, we have every other parameter, every other quality of performance in even any other parameter, but then only in one parameter, that is the perception, which we are losing, and losing in a big way. And then if this, say 28%, if it is reduced to 10 weightage, right, 2.8 is our points, which is added to the various 17 parameters, 5.2 is for Rourkela, and 6.8 is Trichy. This is the difference. And the total score that we have really lost our rank, or whatever the rank today we are at 15th, if I really compare that particular rank, right, we are losing to Surathkal, the 10th position, by 2 point some points. So now here the question is that perception is the far most important parameter which we are really focusing. It is as one of the greatest challenges which we have got to take care. And now residential facilities for the faculty, students and staff is the issue today. And then academic complex, buildings for some departments are not there, and then we have got to create that. Large capacity lecture complex are also the need of the hour. And then for the 60 years of our existence, for some reasons we haven't really created a sewage treatment plant. And today on campus I realize that 35 lakh liters per day is the consumption of municipal water here on campus. 35 lakh liters, right? The strength is 10,000 plus, and then the families of the faculty, families of the staff, if they are added to that one, that is the total strength, but still we are above the national average in the consumption of water. This 35 lakh liters is consumed every day. Where is it going? Where is this 35 lakh liters are going on a daily basis? It's all going into the drain, right? So now the time has come. The time has come for us to, as a technical institution, technological institution, and moving forward, and then being a leader of many institutions, that we have got to take this particular point very seriously, and therefore we have really realized that sewage treatment plant, so that whatever the amount of water that we can really put back, if not for potable purposes, that the water can be put for various other consumptions which we can really have on a daily basis, and then reduce the dependence on the municipal water. Okay, for that reason only sewage treatment plant is really now taking the center stage or the priority. Next is the boosting international students admission. Right, this I don't know how to really address this particular point. The reason is that we have more than close to 3,000 students allocated sanctioned strength for the students who are from various countries, South Asian countries, as well as those students coming through DASA, right? So now, but then what is happening is, of this 2,000 plus, we are not in a position to fill up 25% of these allocated seats. The only reason is that the connectivity of our city, right, to the rest of the world, that is the major issue, and this has become prominently conspicuous and visible during the 2 years of COVID. The COVID has really exposed the vulnerability, which I've been telling in many forums, to every meeting with the NITRA and then NITRA also, right? COVID has exposed our vulnerability, and then it has become a lush green valley, a silent city. But then when it comes to its connectivity to the rest of the country, right? So this is one of the greatest challenges that we have. And then only that just today I was told that he told that on 7th of January, the first flight will be flying into Rourkela. I wish and I hope that this flight, from wherever it is flying onto Rourkela, will be flying on a daily basis forever for the rest of the life of our state. Okay, so now that is our wish. And then we do not have the state-of-the-art playgrounds for the students. Just now, Mr. C.P. Gurnani has stated that work and play. Work is there. Play part में थोड़ा वहाँ पर कमियाँ हैं, and that कमियाँ is that we have the raw grounds, just the raw grounds. The Lake Tirki ground, it is just a raw ground, but then it has to be uplifted to make it really a ground where some sportsmen also come out of our institutions. Just not the technocrats, just not the teachers or the scientists. Some sports person should also be coming out of this particular institution. So that's where we need, our focus is on creating some good sports facilities, and guest house is limited today. Guest house has a limited capacity, and then we cannot really accommodate when more guests are coming out at any given point in time. So now we have kept this as our one of the other next priority, and then all these priorities and then problems very carefully, like the bird making its nest, it has to be done. This is our intention, our way forward too. And then next, there are some a few stumbling blocks which I just would like to really make you aware of. Right? One of the stumbling block is that the infrastructure project phase 1, right? This is, the total cost is 161 crores, in which biomedical building, it is a G+3 story, and the lecture hall complex 1, basement plus 4, electrical sciences building, basement plus 4 stories, and then faculty residence 6 buildings of total of 84 apartments, that is also G+3, and then 1,000-seater boys hostel, this is also G+3. And then the name of the contractor is UPRNN, this is a state government, the contractor or the builder. The question is that all these buildings today are having serious problems. Serious problems in the sense that there is a stone cladding made on these buildings. I will not really explain and take your time explaining the problem, but then there are very serious infrastructure problems as far as phase 1 buildings, or particularly these buildings are concerned. To this extent that sometimes it becomes unsafe also to move around those buildings where students are there. The stone cladding from that 4th floor or 5th floor, which is about 1.5 feet by 1.5 feet and then weighing more than 60 kgs, drops down on the floor, right? This is the condition of the stone cladding which was designed during that time. Now the second is that second stumbling block is the Golden Jubilee building, that is in the major project, that is phase 2. The cost of this one is 309 crores. 161 crores, and then this is 309 crores, right? And then here the contractor is Sapurji Palanji, and then the current status of the buildings in the phase 2. This is the lecture hall complex 2. Till date it is not occupied. It was to be handed over in 2015. It is not occupied, right? And then Golden Jubilee building, not occupied. It was supposed to be handed over to the institution in 2015. And then there are multiple issues today in that one, okay? And then faculty residence, FRA, faculty residence, that is FRB, occupied, but then it has multiple problems. These are all the problems which I have taken on my shoulder when I took the charge on 18th of February. The campus strength, as I said, it is students on campus is 10,398. And then the accommodation which we have is for only 4,600 plus, right? And then registered students on campus is 8,060. If you really take out 8,060 are the existing students on campus, unme se 4,600, roughly 4,600 and something is the accommodation that we are able to provide to the students. The remaining, the privilege which you had when you were the students during that time, single seaters are already over, it's not there. Double seater, it's also slowly getting away. Now there are students who are three sharing in one room. Even the girls are also sharing 2 in one room. Sometimes if the room is a little bigger, we have put 3 students in one room. Otherwise, with whatever the number of hostels that we have, 7 for boys hostels, right, and 2 as a girls hostel, and 2 for the married. This is the total strength. And then the question which you all may think is that NIT Rourkela may be having enough funding from the government. Government has really earmarked that those institutions which belong to the first generation institutions, for them there will not be any funding for the infrastructure by the government. For what are the first generation institutions? Those institutions which have crossed 60 and above. These belong to the first generation institutions. They have got to be self-sufficient, right? So self-sufficient, and then you have got to generate your own fund to create whatever the infrastructure that you want to have, okay? In case if you cannot really generate funds from various consultancies and projects and various other forms of generating the revenue for making the infrastructure required for the students and then faculty and staff, what you can do is that you can take a loan, that is Higher Education Funding Agency. There is a agency tied up with Canara Bank, and then you have got to take a loan. And then it is very clear, when you take a loan, you have got to pay the interest, you have got to pay the principal. And then the time of repayment is also fixed by the government, that is within 10 years time, you have got to pay clear the total, the amount which you have taken from the bank, that is Canada Bank. Okay, so now that is one another hitch. The second hitch is that they have stated that you will be eligible to take the loan if the square meter requirement per student falls less than 35. Less than 35 square meters per student. If it is less than that, you are eligible and entitled to apply even for the loan. What has happened for our institution is that an institution which has a long legacy, 60 plus years, and then this sprawling campus with mansion houses, lot of space in the houses, if you take the total area divided by the total number of students on that, we are more than 42 square meters per student. That means we are not eligible even to apply for a loan. Nor the government gives us the loan because we belong to the first generation. So now the question here, we are really dangling between these two, the conditions which the government is really having. That's the reason why we are not able to create more number of hostels. But still, we are trying to create as many number of hostels as possible. And then let me just give you straight away take to the next point is that what are the measures that we have taken. All these points were brought to the ministry. We had a long discussion with the ministry, secretary, also even the Minister of Education, Honorable Minister of Education Dharmendra Pradhan is also explained about this one. And then I had from 18th February on for about a month, I had more than 4 emergency board meetings and then try to streamline some of the pending issues. Later on, there was a central team which came and then saw all the problems which I have been narrating in the phase 1 and phase 2, and then today they have agreed that this campus requires augmenting the hostel facilities for the students as well as the apartments for the faculty and then the staff. And then since February 18, 2022, what is that I could really do in all these 9 months? It's my 9th month here in this institution. I try to create a transparency in the decision making process with every single minutes of the meetings of all the statutory committees, which includes financial committee meeting, board of governors meeting, and board of the building and works committee. All these, every statutory committee meetings are placed in the website so that everybody knows, including the stakeholders sitting anywhere in the country. You can just see what exactly is the decision taken in that particular meeting. Restoration of the financial power to the director and with the delegation of financial powers to the deans and registrar, and an effective dialogue with the ministry to resolve the administrative, technical and financial issues of the major phase 1 and phase 2 infrastructure problems, and then submission of the new HIFA loan. Right? I have convinced the ministry, and then we have applied for 165.15 crores. This is for 1,000-seater boys hostel, 500-seater girls hostel, 1 STP, and then the 73 apartments for the faculty. Everything together it is around 160.8 crores. And then this is approved by the Minister of Education very soon. Within a couple of months time, I think we will be sanctioned this 165 crores, and then there again, right? You give me, that's what you give me 2 years time. You give me 2 years time, turn of the second year, when you come back at the same hall, right, all the alumni, all right, I'll just show you a different picture altogether, wherein you feel that, yes, NIT is really taken care of, its students, its faculty, and its staff. Right, so now, it was again, it is a sort of a advisory from the ministry that we have got to start the integrated teacher education program. That is nothing but the 5-year teachers program with a B.Ed as a part of the integral part of that one. And then we have really submitted our proposal to that one. And then clearance from the ministry to award gratuity to the former registrar. Whatever the issue which we have taken up, resolved, this has really become the benchmark for many institutions and many registrars who ever had this particular problem. So now ministry has acknowledged the initiative NIT Rourkela has taken in resolving this particular issue. And initiating the faculty recruitment drive by implementing the Central Education Institutions Act 2019, and then advertisement for the non-teaching staff has already gone, and then which was pending for several years. This was pending for several years, and then advertisement for the recruitment of staff has already gone. Efficient decision making process with effective administration to curtail the file movement. Now the file doesn't stay for more than a week at any table, in any office, any place. So that the file movement, it doesn't really sit for months together, or sometimes it has been sitting for years together. So now it's no more. You are able to see where the file is, and then the file starts moving from that particular point. So now, as far as the faculty is concerned, there were some pending issues, since 2017. All the pending issues of resolution of the faculty recruitment issues of 2017 by complying with the Central Audit General CAG, right, is resolved. Settlement of the confirmation issues of the faculty recruited in 2017 and 19 resolved, and closure of the couple of internal complaint committees, that is resolved. Relief to the faculty members by acting upon the inquiry committee resolved. Coordinating with the district administration to make the decisions on the disciplinary process, even this is resolved. The matters with respect to the faculty members, as of now, I think that most of them, more than 90% of the issues are resolved. And now, non-teaching, again, this promotion of the record, right, non-teaching employees through DPC, Department Promotion, the scheme, right, that was pending for more than 6 months. That is again now cleared, and then the DPC is taken up, and then it is sorted out. And then similarly, this is a MACP issue is also pending for more than a year, that is also taken care. And the highlight of this one is that total number of legal issues which I have inherited were 37, and today they are reduced to 24 by December 2022, and then there is no additional new petition, right, filed. It is not adding to the old one. Only those things are the things which are still to be taken care, but then we are trying to clear even that. Okay. Right, so now as far as the works which are already in progress, augmenting the extension center at Bhubaneswar. We have now one extension center in Bhubaneswar. Right, so now it was initially planned to have 3-storied building, now it is augmented to 5-storied, and then it has a auditorium of 150 to 200 seater auditorium, and then an office complex at a guest house, and it will be a career development center, extension center for the career development. That means today we are able to bring on campus around 290 companies for the faculty, for the student placement. When we open out our extension center, maybe we'll have the campus placements from Bhubaneswar, so that the companies have an easy access to reach Bhubaneswar and pick up the students, and then more number of students. Our target is that 100% students have to be placed, and towards that one, all the necessary arrangements are in the pipeline. Maybe by end of 23 December, our extension center 5-storied building will be ready. That is the work in progress. And then curriculum revision, I'll just share with you very briefly. And then we are trying to increase our revenue generation, because I'm taking 165 crores, already adding to another 60 crores which are already there. So totally 225 crores of liabilities is there on the institution, which means that I got to pay something around 22.5 crores annually back as the principal amount to the ministry at the rate of within 10 years time. For that, I have got to have some the IRG generated, and then in this IRG, the programs that we are trying to have is that create some executive programs, certificate courses, consultancy, increase the consultancy projects, sponsored research projects, and also enhance the research facilities, so that we will be self-sufficient to take even more the loan from banks. Now this is our extension center at Bhubaneswar, and now it is raised to 5 stories, and then it will have 200-seater auditorium also, and then it will be available, which will be made ready by 23 December. This is very briefly I will explain you, right? I will not take too much of your time. This is what we plan to implement as a National Education Policy 2020. It is a huge document of 120 pages, and if you take out the NEP 2020, which is applicable for the technical institutions, that 60-page document is all pictorially presented here. It says that it has to be, the curriculum should be towards the industry 4.0, and then it should have the provision for the state-of-the-art skill development, and then have the provision for the academic bank of credit, and also should create the student-centric education system by providing multiple entry and exit. Very briefly, I'll tell you what is the ABC. If a student takes an exit, right, now I'll just show you that it is a 4-year program, right. So now you have a strong foundation of 1 year on the foundation, general foundation for all the students, irrespective of whether he is in engineering or sciences or applied sciences or any other stream. The first year will be having some of the general, the foundations, the subjects, plus the subjects which will give him the edge over others, or the skill development one, like the applied physics or applied chemistry and computational mathematics and the programming languages and data structures and data science and data structures. I just given a few of them. So now that will make the first year. Okay. And then after the first year, second year will be stream based, the general subjects, foundation, the subjects, and then the further augmenting your skills there. If a student has an option to take he has an option to take an exit for any reason, for whatever the reason, he wants to take an exit because of the economical reasons, maybe it is because of the problems that he is not able to cope up with the academic pressure, or there are some other medical problems, reasons apart. If he wants to take an exit at the end of second year, right, he is not just walking out of the institution without any degree, which does not provide him any a job in the market. Okay. So now what we plan to do is that when he takes an exit at the second year, that will give him a diploma. This diploma should be equivalent to the standards and application as the existing diploma which we are having in the country. So now, and then in case he has taken a job in RSP, worked for a few years, while he is on job for a couple of years, what he has done is that he has enrolled in IIT Kharagpur, he has enrolled in IIT Bhubaneswar, he has enrolled in NIT Silchar for some subjects, online, offline, in whichever the form he has, right. He has acquired some credits, and then if the credits are about 30%, 30 credits or 40 credits, right, and then he has decided that I'll go back to Rourkela and then again re-enter into Rourkela, because your enrollment is still there and valid in this particular program. Okay. So now you make a re-entry after taking a exit of 2 years and acquired 30 or 40 credits. What NIT Rourkela academic section will do is that of the 40 credits that you have really acquired from various other institutions, how many of them are falling in the curriculum requirements for you to really get given the exemption from? If 20 credits are exempted, so now he needs to really, total number of credits minus this 20 are the credits that he has to really clear in the next 2 years. So now he gets into the re-entry into the second year, that is the beginning of the third year, and third year is again is based on the verticals that is 60 to 70% of the verticals will take care of the stream based. If it's a mining or mechanical or civil or electrical or electronics, computer sciences, 60% of your curriculum is on this, based on this verticals, and then the 40% of them will be interdisciplinary. Right? NEP 2020 says that it should be a holistic education system. So that means by the time you clear your fourth year, you had been introduced to the departmental as well as the interdisciplinary courses. And then in case if you want to stay for one more year, this 1 year will be a transdisciplinary, like say civil engineering department, he wants to take a management in finances, management in marketing, management in human resources, or any other social sciences or any other thing. This is a totally a perpendicular stream, this is a transdisciplinary, even that has a scope here in this one. This is the model which we have already submitted to the secretary, and then against this our Dean Academic has already created a committee looking into the curriculum, designing the curriculum, and then trying to have experts from various institutions and then design the curriculum. This is also in the pipeline. Very soon we will be trying to come out with the new curriculum which is in line with the NAP requirements, NAP 2020 requirements. Now this is all I have already covered, and this is work is in progress. We have already taken 165 crores of HIFA loan, which I have shared with you, and then again here for about 2 months on, I am really trying to reach out to various companies which are within the state, and very recently, about a month and a half ago, I went to Odisha Mining Corporation and then expressed what all I am expressing it to you, as well as our strength and then potential and our vision and our motto and our mission and everything. And then Odisha Mining Corporation has come forward to create a, and it is, they have issued the letter, and Himanshu Sahu is one of the main persons who are really associated with that one. We have a substantial funding in crores for creating the nation's best geotechnical lab, which is geotechnical as well as the environmental lab. This is completely funded by Odisha Mining Corporation. So this is one. About 15 days ago, 10 days ago, right, I went to Mahanadi Coalfields. I had a long discussion with the chairman Mahanadi Coalfields. And then again, after 1 week later, I had another set of discussions with the Central Coalfields CMD, Mr. PM Prasad, and then OP Singh. And then they have verbally committed. They have verbally committed with a large sum, very large sum. Right. Here he is from Mahanadi Coalfields. Right. They have committed verbally for a large sum of assistance to us. But then until it comes on a paper, until the money comes to my pocket, I have two pockets with me. One is for the students, one is for the faculty and then staff. Pardon, sir? Right. I want it by the end of January. Right? So now I am really looking for a large scale that. So now whatever the loan that I am taking from government through bank, plus the money come from the coal industry in the large scale, I think IIT Rourkela will be nothing less than any of the older IITs as far as the quality of infrastructure, the facilities for the students and the type of research facilities that IIT Rourkela is going to have. And that is going to happen because I'm thode ziddi hai. I'm not going to leave him. He's not, right. I'm not going to leave MCL. I'm not going to leave CCL, nor NMDC, nor NALCO, or even I'm trying to really reach out to, Paradeep Port also. I have already talked to them. So only thing is that I have to take out time, right? If you look into the history, Madan Mohan Malviya went around the country to build the Central University, Banaras Hindu University. Probably I passed out from Banaras Hindu University. I am taking that particular legacy, going out to all the industries, and then I want to make my institution, our institution, your alma mater, one of the best in the country with all the best facilities of research, of state, right? And Bimal BC, if he is here, he has promised that from 7th of January, flights will be in and out from Rourkela. I can also get all the foreign students who are really not selecting NIT Rourkela. With that, I think we'll have a much promising future for our institution. Right? We do have vision. Right? Like we do have a vision, we have a mission also, and we have a motto also. Right? And I will not discuss because I am taking too much of your time, because it's already time for some cultural extravaganza on this stage. And so I'll just skip all these things, because every institution has a vision, every institution has a mission, right? So plan karna hai to apna teachers ka, right, day-to-day activity. We plan, but we work. And I have a few small projects here, right? Just now there were some pledges. Mr. Sunit also is there here down way behind, right? These are some of the projects which I have. These projects are that waste to energy. Why waste to energy is that I want to really make our students responsible, that believe it or not, more than or close to 3 tons of food from various hostels is being wasted on a daily basis. 3 tons of food is being wasted on a daily basis, right? This is the country where still now, after 75 years of independence, we still have substantial percentage of the population living below poverty line. And then wherein now, on a daily basis, 3 tons of food is getting wasted, right? What I really want to do is that this is a beaten track and proven, experimented during my term at NIT Suratkal, right? this waste, food waste is there everywhere, right? It's not that NIT Rourkela alone, it is there everywhere because students are not really connected with what they are wasting. And then why they are wasting also they do not know, okay? So now there that food was converted to energy, and then on a daily basis 38 kgs of gas is being generated, and it is able to give back to the that particular hostel from where this waste is generated to the gas. I just want to really bring in that was only 500 kgs. 500 kgs of conversion of the food into the gas is able to generate 38 kgs, and then 3 tons. 3 tons, at least one hostel should get at least for lunch or breakfast the gas. So now it is there in RSP also. This is one thing. And it costed me in Suratkal 25 lakhs. And this 25 lakhs was funded by one single alumni, right? So now it was not on a daily basis, it was not on a monthly basis, the contribution, it was one time sahi for one particular cause, right? So now this is one. And then I want to really have central eatery. Central eatery is that it is there, again this is not just the idea which I am trying to bring out here, it is again proven its existence successfully at IIT Kharagpur. All the eateries on campus are available at one point, right? You have the South Indian, you have the Northeast, you have the Northern, you have whatever the type of varieties of, wherever it's like a food mela, right? It is a central eatery. And I want to have the STP because today whatever the money required for making the STP for us, it is not sufficient for the amount which I am taking. STP is also there, sewage treatment plant. Solar harvesting, I will show some of the pictures which I really have in my mind. And electric vehicles, again, in Suratkal, it was in the city, our students were motivated, and then they have picked up few two-wheelers in mopeds, various other types. They removed everything, only the frame and the wheels, and then replaced by the electric battery, and then these were the vehicles given free of cost to the employees there who are carrying the files from one department to another department, and it is now working very efficiently, effectively as the Dhakia has the electric vehicle. And then today the garbage carrying, the tractor is also electric. It's all made by the students for the campus, taken from the waste, whatever the garbage which is really left out by the garages, various garages. Okay, that is electric vehicles, that is one. Our campus with so many people, faculty, staff and students and their children, we do not have a children's park. A nice children's park. We have small here and there, but then a nice children's park is also a requirement. And then augmenting or making the technology club or the staff club, right? It needs facelifting and then creating it more useful and more effective. And the campus needs to be a free campus, this is a plastic-free campus, clean and a green campus. And then I think Mr. Nayak had a discussion, our alumni, that there is a banyan tree here. A lot happens under the banyan tree. A lot was happening across the back post, right? Now that is sealed. So now the back post, once it is sealed, lot of activity or the ideas are happening under the banyan tree. And this banyan tree has to become an open classroom. I have in my mind that this banyan tree should contain various locations where you have the whiteboards and then the marker pen. And you have the Nescafe, you have the tea stalls, you have the samosas, you have singaras, and you have everything available under the banyan tree. Only thing is that some thoughts have to be translated among the students. And if the teacher is joining you and then he uses the whiteboard, right, he may tell a word or two like me and then say that this is what you have got to take care. And then banyan tree with a seating arrangement and then whiteboards, it doesn't cost much, right? That has to be created, right? And then what we have implemented since the February, I think 3 blood donation camps have taken place, and then Swachhata Abhiyan, and then let me just share with you that Government of India has identified NIT Rourkela as one of the top institutions maintaining the campus clean and green, and then we have been really telecast in Doordarshan also about how clean and green your alma mater today is. Okay, and then cleaning, and this is all the task is taken by our faculty, staff, and then students. This is the thing which I really have. We have a sprawling campus, 690 acres. I think that's much, Professor Rohan Diman. It's a 690 acres of land that we have, or 600 plus acres. It's a huge campus, and there is some land which is not useful for any buildings. That area can be used for harvesting solar power. Okay, by this, I try to teach my students, this generation students, our students, that they should not waste water. They should think of other alternative source of energy. They should be absolutely responsible about the water as a scarcity, and then they are responsible citizens walking out of the portals for their excellence in their career. This is the dream that I have, and then I know you're all there with my dream, and our complacency is an opportunity for others. We became little complacent between 2017 and then 20, and then we slipped from our 15th position to 20th, and then again, right, we again woke up, not like a hare, right, we are consistently trying to travel with our vigor, with our commitment, and then I promise, thank you very much for your time. And then 2 years later, standing here, I'm not on the dais, right, I'm down here, right, 2 years later, right, I will show you that IIT Rourkela is in top 10 with all the best facilities on campus. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. I think our alumni have learnt about the strength and the weaknesses of our institute. And I hope that all of us will strive very hard to improve the infrastructure, the facilities, and all the requirements that an institute of national eminence deserves. Now we are coming to the close of the program, so I invite our registrar, Professor Rohan Dhiman, to formally propose the vote of thanks. Professor Rohan Dhiman is a faculty of Life Science Department, a man of simple demeanor, but very methodical, very meticulous in his work. Sir, please propose the vote of thanks.
Good evening to everyone, and I take this privilege and happy to share the dais. And it's a very easy part if I say vote of thanks to everyone, but it also becomes a little bit hard if I miss anyone. So excuse me in the first go. But at the outset, I want to thank our visionary leader, Professor Rao, because I know after joining in February, this was one of the dream to conduct, this global alumni meet. And I think so, with the active support from all the stakeholders of the institute, we did, organize it. And I hope that in next couple of days, it will be achieving its goal and it will be a grand success. I also want to extend my vote of thanks to Nirja ma'am, who has also taken, time out to attend today's inaugural function. I also want to extend vote of thanks to our chief guest, Gurnani sir, guest of honor, Vaidya sir, that in spite of their, busy schedule and their belongingness to this institute, persuaded them to be part of today's inaugural function. President Nitra, Basa sir is already here, and President Nitroa, Jeet Goyal sir is also here. And I also want to thank them for coming all the way from different parts of the country and world to attend today's inaugural function. We also thank NITRA for organizing and sponsoring Leadership Conclave and cultural evening of the second day of the event, what already Basa sir has told. And I hope that you will enjoy both these functions. I also want to extend our gratitude to retired faculties of our institute who has, in spite of, being, they are crossing their age barriers, that they have already, attended, and they are already part of today's this global alumni meet. Also, all the distinguished alumni and their family members who have, come and attended this function, we are also thankful to them. And we are also we are paying our gratitude to panelists of Leadership Conclave, Women Achievers Conclave, and Young Achievers Conclave, that they are also part of this program. First two batches, who passed out in 1965 and 66, we also, pay our gratitude for their belongingness, for their blessings to our institute, because already now they have, their belongingness is more than 60 years. If we also count, our extended 1 year for celebration of this alumni meet. All the alumni and their family members who have come from different parts of the globe. And we also thank all the sponsors, because it's already there on the dais. So we also thank all the sponsors for their generosity and also helping us financially as far as conducting this event is concerned. Late but not the least are all our organizing committee members, including Dean Alumni, Associate Dean, Convener Professor Patel, who is the organizing committee convener. Apart from that, all the members of the organizing committee, because for conducting this event, planning and all the minute details, whatever, that has been focused. So there were different units, different departments who were also engaged, along with the, our organizing committee, and that is A.N. Khosla Teaching and Learning Center, Student Activity Center, Lawn and Garden Committee, Estate Management, Safety and Security Unit, and also Guest House. I also want to thank press and media fraternity for covering this event, and I hope that whatever the belongingness they have shown to our institute starting from this February, as far as outreaching activities and covering all our events are concerned. So our friendship will go a long way. Now I also request Professor H.B. Sahu to conduct the further proceedings. Thank you very much.
So we have come to the end of the formal inauguration ceremony. I request everyone to please remain seated. The cultural program will follow within a few minutes.